The 48 Laws of Power, the Ultimate Masterclass. Volume 1. The Foundations of Strategy and Self-Mastery. Section 1. The Game of Life, Why Power Matters. Whether you like it or not, life is a game of power. From the office to the dinner table, every human interaction involves a subtle exchange of influence. Many people think they can opt out of this game by being nice or honest. But the truth is that those who don't understand the rules of power are often the ones crushed by them. On Fluent Minds, we believe that understanding power is not about becoming a villain. It is about becoming a master of your own destiny. It is about learning the social dynamics that govern our world so you can navigate them with clarity and confidence. This masterclass is your guide to the hidden architecture of human behavior. Section 2. Law 1. Never outshine the master. The first and most dangerous law of power is often broken by those who are the most talented. We often feel that if we show how brilliant, creative, or efficient we are, we will be rewarded. However, power has its own logic. The psychology of insecurity. When you display your talents too brightly, you inadvertently make those above you feel insecure. You remind them of their own limitations. A master, a boss, a mentor, or even a dominant friend wants to feel like the sun, the center of the universe. If you shine brighter than them, you become a threat that must be eliminated. The Fluent Mind strategy. To gain power, you must first make those above you feel comfortably superior. Discreetly hide your brilliance while making them look like the genius. In English, we call this strategic humility. It is not about being weak, it is about being patient. When they feel safe in their position, they will open doors for you that you could never open on your own. Section 3. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. This law is a cold bucket of water for the general audience, but it is essential for survival. We are taught to hire our friends and work with people we love. Robert Greene warns us that this is often the fastest path to betrayal. The envy factor. Friends are often the people most likely to feel envy toward your success. Because they know your past and your weaknesses, they find it harder to accept your rise to power. Gratitude is a heavy burden, and often a friend you have helped will eventually turn against you to prove they don't owe you anything. The power of the former enemy. Ironically, a former enemy is often more loyal than a friend, because an enemy has more to prove. If you hire someone who was once against you, they will work harder to show they are now on your side. In English, we use the term vested interest. Learn to work with people based on their interests, not just your feelings. Section 4. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. If you want to reach the peak of your mountain, you must learn to be a chameleon. Most people are like open books. They tell everyone their plans, their dreams, and their next moves. This makes them predictable and easy to stop. The smoke screen. Mastery requires the art of deception. Not for the sake of lying, but for the sake of protection. You must keep people off balance and in the dark. If they have no idea what you are aiming for, they cannot prepare a defense. The Fluent vocabulary. We call this ambiguity. By being ambiguous, you force others to guess. While they are busy trying to figure you out, you are already 5 steps ahead. Silence is often your greatest weapon. As the saying goes, a closed mouth catches no flies. Section 5. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. The more you speak, the more common you appear and the less in control you seem. Great leaders and powerful figures share a common trait. They are masters of brevity. The power of the pause. When you try to impress people with words, you inevitably say something foolish. But when you are short with your words, you create an aura of mystery and authority. The masterclass lesson. In English, we say someone is laconic when they use very few words to express a lot of meaning. By saying less, you force others to fill the silence. People are uncomfortable with silence, and in their discomfort, they will reveal their own secrets and weaknesses to you. Section 6. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is the cornerstone of power. Through reputation alone, you can intimidate and win. Once it slips, however, you are vulnerable and will be attacked on all sides. The power of perception. In the eyes of the general public, your reputation is often more real than your actual character. It is the social currency you spend in every interaction. If you are known for your integrity, people will trust you blindly. If you are known for your ruthlessness, they will fear you. The danger lies in being undefined. The masterclass strategy. Make your reputation unassailable. Pick one quality, reliability, brilliance, or even mystery, and build your image around it. In English, we call this branding your persona. Once you establish a strong reputation, the work is half done. People will begin to react to your name before you even enter the room. If someone attacks your reputation, do not get angry. Instead, draw attention to their own weaknesses and stay on the high ground. Section 7. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. Everything in this world is judged by its appearance. What is unseen counts for nothing. Never let yourself get lost in the crowd or buried in oblivion. In the game of power, being ignored is worse than being attacked. The art of visibility. To the general audience, the person who stands out is the person who leads. You must create a magnet around yourself. It is better to be slandered and attacked than to be forgotten. Early in your journey, you must attach your name to a quality or an image that differentiates you from everyone else. The Fluent Mind's lesson. We use the term notoriety to describe being famous for something specific. Whether it is through your style of speaking, your bold decisions, or your unique perspective, you must remain the center of attention. As Robert Greene says, burn more brightly than those around you. Silence is a tool, but invisibility is a death sentence for your influence. Section 8. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Use the wisdom, knowledge, and legwork of other people to further your own cause. This may sound harsh, but it is how every great empire and organization has ever been built. The efficient leader. Your time and energy are limited. If you try to do everything yourself, you will never reach the top of the mountain. A master knows how to gather a team of experts and use their brilliance to shine. In the end, the world remembers the architect, not the workers who carried the stones. The linguistic nuance. In English, we call this leverage. Leveraging other people's talents allows you to appear almost godlike in your efficiency. While others are struggling with the details, you are focusing on the big picture. However, be careful. If you don't take the credit, someone else will. Power is not about being fair. It is about being the one who owns the final result. Section 9. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. When you force the other person to act, you are the one in control. It is always better to make your opponent come to you, abandoning their own plans in the process. The trap of reactivity. Most people spend their lives reacting to others. They run when they are called and explain themselves when they are questioned. This is the behavior of a servant, not a master. When you make someone come to your territory, they are nervous and off balance. The Masterclass tactic. You must dangle a bait in front of them, an opportunity, a secret, or a potential gain that is too good to pass up. In English, we call this inducement. By inducing them to move toward you, you gain the upper hand. Remember, the person who travels to the other is always at a disadvantage. Control the venue, and you control the outcome. Section 10. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Any momentary triumph you think you have gained through argument is actually a Pyrrhic victory. The resentment and ill will you stir up is stronger and lasts longer than any temporary change of opinion. The futility of words. Words are cheap and people will always find a way to argue back. But actions speak a language that no one can deny. When you try to prove someone wrong with logic, you are attacking their ego, and an attacked ego will never agree with you. The Fluent Mind's principle. Show, don't tell. In English, we call this demonstration. If you want to prove your idea is better, implement it and show the results. The power of a physical demonstration is much more persuasive than 1,000 eloquent words. Let others talk while you act. Silence combined with results is the ultimate expression of power. Section 11. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Emotional states are as infectious as diseases. You may think you are helping a drowning person, but you are only dragging yourself down with them. The unfortunate often bring misfortune upon themselves. They also bring it upon you. The invisible virus. There are people who are perpetually surrounded by chaos and drama. It's not a streak of bad luck, it's a reflection of their character. When you associate with these infectors, their negative energy begins to drain your motivation and cloud your judgment. The Masterclass strategy. Associate with the happy and the fortunate instead. In English, we call this social contagion. Surround yourself with people who possess the qualities you want to cultivate in yourself. If you want to reach the peak of your mountain, you cannot afford to carry the dead weight of those who have given up on their own climb. Section 12. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. To maintain your independence, you must always be needed and wanted. The more you are relied upon, the more freedom you have. Make people depend on you for their happiness and prosperity, and you have nothing to fear. The trap of self-sufficiency. If you make yourself completely independent, you become replaceable. But if you become the key that unlocks the door for others, they will never dare to eliminate you. Power is not about doing everything. It's about being the one without whom nothing can be done. The Fluent Mind's lesson. In English, we call this becoming an indispensable asset. Never teach people enough so that they can do without you. Keep a secret sauce, or a specific skill that only you possess. As long as they need you to achieve their goals, you are the one who truly holds the power. Section 13. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One sincere and honest move will cover over dozens of dishonest ones. Open-hearted gestures of honesty and generosity bring down the guard of even the most suspicious people. The Trojan horse technique. When you are known as an honest person, your honesty becomes a tool. By giving a small, sincere gift or admitting to a minor mistake, you create a smokescreen of trust. Once the other person believes you are on their side, they become vulnerable. The linguistic nuance. We call this tactical transparency. You are being transparent about small things to hide the big things. In the game of influence, a single act of kindness can act as a distraction, allowing you to move forward with your plan while the other person is busy feeling grateful. Section 14. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest. If you need to turn to an ally for help, do not bother to remind him of your past assistance or good deeds. He will find a way to ignore you. Instead, uncover something in your request that will benefit him, and emphasize it out of all proportion. The reality of human nature. Most people are motivated by, what's in it for me? Gratitude is a memory of the past, but self-interest is a vision of the future. When you ask for a favor based on pity or past kindness, you make the other person feel burdened. The Masterclass tactic. Instead, show them how helping you will lead to their own success. In English, we call this the win-win negotiation. Even if it's not perfectly equal, as long as they see a clear advantage for themselves, they will move mountains to assist you. Always speak the language of gain. Section 15. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Knowing about your rival is critical. You can send out spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better still, play the spy yourself. The art of eavesdropping. In social encounters, learn to be a listener. By asking polite questions and letting others talk, you gather information about their weaknesses, their hidden desires, and their future plans. Most people cannot resist the urge to talk about themselves. The Fluent Mind's principle. In English, we use the term intelligence gathering. This doesn't mean being a criminal, it means being an observer. By staying quiet and observant, you pick up on the subtext of what people are saying. Knowledge is the ultimate power, and the more you know about others, the easier it is to influence them without them ever knowing why. Section 16. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. All great leaders since the dawn of time have known that a feared enemy must be crushed completely. If even one ember is left alight, no matter how dimly it smolders, a fire will eventually break out. The danger of half measures. More is lost through stopping halfway than through total annihilation. The enemy will recover and will seek revenge. In the world of social and professional power, if you defeat someone but leave them with a small amount of influence or a reason to hate you, they will spend their life waiting for the perfect moment to strike back. The Masterclass strategy. This isn't necessarily about physical destruction, but about social neutralization. You must eliminate their ability to influence your world. In English, we call this decisive action. When a conflict reaches its end, make sure the conclusion is final. Do not let pity cloud your judgment, for a wounded enemy is more dangerous than a dead one. Section 17. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, withdraw yourself for a time to create a sense of value through scarcity. The law of supply and demand. In the eyes of the general audience, anything that is easily available is seen as cheap. If you are always at every party, every meeting, and every conversation, your presence loses its weight. People begin to take you for granted. The Fluent Mind's lesson. In English, we use the term scarcity value. By making yourself scarce, you force people to remember why they liked you in the first place. Your return will be met with more respect and attention than if you had never left. Remember, silence and absence have a voice of their own. Section 18. Law 17. Keep others in terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Humans are creatures of habit with an insatiable need to see familiarity in other people's actions. Your predictability gives them a sense of control. Turn the tables. Be deliberately unpredictable. The psychology of uncertainty. Behavior that seems to have no consistency or purpose will keep people off balance, and they will wear themselves out trying to explain your moves. When you are predictable, you are easy to manipulate. When you are unpredictable, you become intimidating. The linguistic nuance. We call this psychological leverage. By breaking your own patterns, you create a fog of war around your intentions. This doesn't mean being chaotic, it means being strategically surprising. As the saying goes, keep them guessing. Section 19. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. The world is a dangerous place and enemies are everywhere. Everyone has to protect themselves. A fortress seems the safest. But isolation exposes you to more dangers than it protects you from. The trap of the ivory tower. When you isolate yourself from the general public or your social circle, you lose access to vital information. You become a target that is easy to identify but has no eyes to see the attack coming. Power thrives on social connection and being in the center of the flow. The Fluent Mind's principle. In English, we call this social connectivity. It is much safer to circulate among people, find allies, and mingle with your enemies. Your protection lies in being part of the crowd, not hiding from it. A true master stays in the middle of the action while keeping their true thoughts a secret. Section 20. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. There are many different kinds of people in the world, and you can never assume that everyone will react to your strategies in the same way. Deceive or outmaneuver some people and they will spend the rest of their lives seeking revenge. The art of sizing people up. Before you make a move, you must understand the ego of the person in front of you. Some people are like glass. They break easily and never forget the insult. Others are like snakes. They wait for years to deliver their venom. The Masterclass tactic. Never assume that a polite exterior means a weak heart. In English, we call this discernment. You must learn to read the subtle signs of a dangerous opponent. If you accidentally offend the wrong person, no amount of apology will save you from their long-term wrath. Choose your battles and, more importantly, choose your opponents wisely. Section 21. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. It is the fool who always rushes to take a side. By not committing to any one side or cause, you become the master. When you stay independent, you create a situation where both sides compete for your support. The power of independence. The moment you commit to a side, you lose your scarcity value. You become just another follower. But by staying in the middle, you maintain your mystery and your leverage. People will treat you with more respect because they know they haven't won you over yet. The Fluent Mind's lesson. In English, we call this being non-committal. This is not about being indecisive. It is about being strategically free. As long as you are the one they are trying to influence, you are the one in control. Let others fight their battles while you remain the ultimate prize. Section 22. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. No one likes to feel stupid. Therefore, the trick is to make your opponents feel smarter than you. If they believe they are more intelligent or more experienced, they will never suspect that you have a hidden motive. The mask of simplicity. When you appear a bit slow or uninformed, people drop their guard. They become arrogant and careless. This is the perfect smokescreen for your real plans. While they are busy feeling superior, you are observing their every move and identifying their weaknesses. The linguistic nuance. We call this strategic underestimation. In the game of power, it is always a disadvantage to be known as the smartest person in the room. People fear your brain, they will be careful around you. But if they laugh at you, they are already in your trap. Section 23. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. When you are weaker, never fight for honor's sake. Choose surrender instead. Surrender gives you time to recover, time to torment your conqueror, and time to wait for his power to fade. The strategy of the willow tree. An oak tree that resists the wind will eventually break, but the willow tree bends and survives. Surrendering is not a sign of defeat, it is a tactical retreat. By surrendering, you deny your enemy the satisfaction of destroying you, and you stay alive to fight another day. The fluent mind's principle. In English, we call this passive resistance. Do not give them the pleasure of a fight. Instead, blend in, wait for the right moment, and slowly regain your influence from within. True power is about survival and longevity, not momentary heroism that leads to ruin. Section 24. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Conserve your forces and energies by keeping them concentrated at their strongest point. You gain more by finding a rich mine and mining it deeper than by flitting from one shallow mine to another. The danger of dispersion. Many people in the general audience try to do everything at once. They have 10 different projects and 100 different goals. This leads to mediocrity. Power is found in intensity, not extensity. You must focus your total energy on one single goal or one single source of power. The Masterclass tactic. Find the center of gravity and hit it with everything you have. In English, we call this hyperfocus. Whether it is a skill, a relationship, or a career path, go deep. A single, powerful success is worth more than 1,000 small, insignificant attempts. Section 25. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. The perfect courtier thrives in a world where everything revolves around power and political dexterity. He has mastered the art of indirection. He flatters, yields to superiors, and asserts power over others in the most graceful and inconspicuous manner. The art of social navigation. To the general audience, this is about social intelligence. You must learn the unwritten rules of the group you are in. Never talk too much about yourself and always make those around you feel important. A master of the social game never looks like they are trying too hard. The fluent mind's lesson. We use the term polished diplomacy. It is about having a mask for every occasion. By mastering your manners, your tone of voice, and your body language, you become someone that everyone wants to have around. In a world of aggressive egos, the person with the most grace often holds the most influence. Section 26. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Do not accept the roles that society foists on you. Recreate yourself by forging a new identity, one that commands attention and never bores the audience. Be the master of your own image rather than letting others define it for you. The power of personal branding. Most people in the general audience live their lives according to the script written by their parents, their teachers, or their peers. To gain power, you must become the director of your own life. You must learn to play a role that is larger than life. The fluent mind strategy. In English, we call this self-transformation. Incorporate dramatic gestures into your public actions. Your power will be enhanced and your character will seem giant. Remember, the world is a stage and those who perform the best are the ones who lead. Do not be afraid to change your mask to suit your goals. Section 27. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. You must seem a paragon of civility and efficiency. Your hands are never soiled by mistakes and nasty deeds. Maintain such a spotless appearance by using others as scapegoats and cat's paws to disguise your involvement. The shield of innocence. In the game of power, your reputation must remain perfect. When something goes wrong or a difficult, unpopular decision must be made, you should never be the one seen doing it. You must have a proxy, someone who does the dirty work for you. The linguistic nuance. We call this plausible deniability. It means structuring your affairs so that no one can prove you were responsible for a negative outcome. While you reap the benefits of the action, someone else takes the blame. It may sound cold, but a leader whose hands are dirty loses the respect and trust of the general audience. Section 28. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. People have an overwhelming desire to believe in something. Become the focal point of such desire by offering them a cause, a new faith to follow. Keep your words vague but full of promise. The magnetism of certainty. The general audience is often lost in looking for direction. If you speak with absolute certainty and promise a better future, they will follow you blindly. You don't need to provide facts, you need to provide hope. The fluent mind's lesson. In English, we call this charismatic leadership. By creating a sense of community and shared destiny, you gain a level of power that transcends simple logic. When people believe in you, they will defend you and work for you with a passion that money cannot buy. Section 29. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. If you are unsure of a course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitations will infect your execution. Timidity is dangerous. Better to enter with boldness. Any mistakes you commit through audacity are easily corrected with more audacity. The lion versus the sheep. The general audience admires the bold and despises the timid. When you act with hesitation, you give your opponents an opening to attack. But when you move with audacity, you intimidate others and force them to react to you. The Masterclass principle. In English, the term boldness implies a fearless confidence. Even if you are feeling nervous inside, you must project a front of total certainty. People naturally follow those who look like they know exactly where they are going. Boldness masks your weaknesses and magnifies your strengths. Section 30. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. The ending is everything. Plan all the way to it, taking into account all the possible consequences, obstacles, and fortunes of fate that might reverse your hard work and give the glory to others. The visionary's edge. Most people are overwhelmed by the emotions of the moment. They react to small wins and small losses, losing sight of the ultimate goal. A master of power looks at the horizon. The fluent mind's tactic. In English, we call this strategic foresight. By planning to the very end, you will not be overwhelmed by circumstances and you will know when to stop. Gently guide your luck and help determine the future by thinking several steps ahead. While others are surprised by the ending, you are the one who wrote it. Section 31. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Your actions must seem natural and executed with ease. All the toil and sweat you put into them and all the clever tricks you used must be concealed. When you show how hard you work, you reveal your limitations. The magic of mastery. The general audience is mesmerized by talent that looks God-given. If you appear to be struggling, people lose confidence in you. But if you produce great results with a smile and a sense of ease, you create an aura of omnipotence. The feeling that you can do anything. The fluent mind's lesson. In English, we call this grace under pressure. Never show the machinery behind your success. When you keep your effort hidden, people cannot find your weaknesses, and your power remains a mystery that they can only admire. Section 32. Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. The best deceptions are the ones that seem to give the other person a choice. Your victims feel they are in control but are actually your puppets. Give people options that come out in your favor no matter which one they choose. The illusion of choice. Most people in the general audience hate being told what to do. They want to feel free. The master of power provides alternatives that all lead to the same destination. The linguistic nuance. We call this framing the choice. For example, instead of asking for a favor, give 2 ways they can help you. Either way they choose, you get what you want and they feel like they made the decision. This is the ultimate form of social engineering. Section 33. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. The truth is often avoided because it is ugly and unpleasant. Never appeal to truth and reality unless you are prepared for the anger that comes from disenchantment. Life is so harsh that people who can manufacture romance or conjure up fantasy are like oases in the desert. The magnetism of the ideal. The general audience is looking for an escape. If you can paint a picture of a golden future or a perfect solution, people will flock to you. They don't want facts, they want a vision. The Masterclass principle. In English, we call this visionary leadership. Do not tell people the hard, boring steps. Tell them about the glorious destination. By becoming the person who fulfills their fantasies, you gain a level of influence that logic can never touch. Section 34. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weakness, a gap in the castle wall. That weakness is usually an insecurity, an uncontrollable emotion or need. It can also be a small secret pleasure. Once found, it is a thumbscrew you can turn to your advantage. Finding the hook. In every social interaction, people try to hide their vulnerabilities. But if you observe closely, they will reveal them through their gestures or their overreactions. This weakness is the key to their behavior. The fluent mind strategy. In English, we use the term leverage point. Once you know what someone truly fears or truly craves, you no longer need to argue with them. You simply turn the screw by addressing that specific need. Knowledge of human weakness is the most direct path to influence. Section 35. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. The way you carry yourself will often determine how you are treated. Over the long run, appearing vulgar or common will make people disrespect you. For a king respects himself and inspires the same sentiment in others. The power of self-image. The general audience takes you at your own valuation. If you look like you don't belong, they will treat you like an outsider. But if you carry yourself with a quiet confidence and a sense of dignity, they will assume you are someone of importance. The fluent mind's lesson. We call this presence. By acting as if you are destined for greatness, you radiate a self-fulfilling prophecy. Believe in your own superiority, and the world will eventually reflect that belief back to you. Treat yourself with the respect you want from others. Section 36. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Never seem to be in a hurry. Hurrying betrays a lack of control over yourself and over time. Always seem patient, as if you know that everything will come to you eventually. The rhythms of power. The general audience is often rushed, reacting to every deadline and every emergency. This makes them look weak. A master of power stands above the clock. You must learn to wait for the right moment, just as a predator waits for the perfect second to strike. The fluent mind strategy. In English, we call this strategic patience. You must become a detective of the spirit of the times. Learn to see when the wind is blowing in your favor and when it is against you. If the time is not right, retreat and wait. When the moment arrives, move with lightning speed. Section 37. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. By acknowledging a petty problem, you give it existence and credibility. The more attention you pay an enemy, the stronger you make him. And a small mistake is often made worse and more visible when you try to fix it. The power of silence. In social dynamics, when someone attacks you or tries to annoy you, your reaction is their reward. If you ignore them completely, you show that they are beneath your notice. This is the most insulting thing you can do to an opponent. The linguistic nuance. We call this calculated indifference. If there is something you want but cannot have, show contempt for it. By acting as if it doesn't matter, you maintain your dignity and keep your power intact. What you ignore, you control. Section 38. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Striking imagery and grand symbolic gestures create an aura of power. Everyone responds to them. Stage spectacles for those around you, then full of arresting visuals and radiant symbols that heighten your presence. The language of symbols. The general audience doesn't always respond to logic, but they always respond to spectacle. A powerful image can communicate more than a 1,000-page book. You must learn to use visual cues, your clothing, your environment, and your theatrical moves, to tell a story of success. The Masterclass principle. In English, we call this symbolic communication. By creating a visual feast for the eyes, you dazzle the mind. People will be so busy looking at the show you are putting on that they won't notice your tactical maneuvers behind the scenes. Section 39. Law 38. Think as you like but behave like others. If you make a show of going against the times, flaunting your unconventional ideas and unorthodox ways, people will think that you only want attention and that you look down upon them. The mask of conformity. It is much safer to blend in with the general audience while keeping your original thoughts to yourself. If you express your radical ideas too early, you become a target. But if you share them only with those you trust, you build a secret society of influence. The fluent mind's lesson. In English, we call this social chameleonism. By appearing to agree with the prevailing customs, you gain the trust of the group. Once you are inside the circle of power, you can begin to influence the direction of the group without the resistance that comes from being an outsider. Section 40. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Anger and emotion are strategically counterproductive. You must always stay calm and objective. But if you can make your enemies angry while staying calm yourself, you gain a decided advantage. The emotional trap. When a person is angry, they lose their ability to think clearly. They become predictable and reckless. Your goal is to find the trigger that makes your opponent lose their cool. While they are screaming and losing their reputation, you remain the voice of reason. The Masterclass tactic. In English, we call this psychological destabilization. By calmly poking at their insecurities, you force them to explode. To the general audience, you will look like the one in control while your opponent looks like a fool. The one who keeps their head while others are losing theirs always wins the game. Section 41. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. What is offered for free is dangerous. It usually involves either a trick or a hidden obligation. What has worth is worth paying for. By paying your own way, you stay free of gratitude, guilt, and deceit. The price of independence. In the eyes of the general audience, free is a magnet. But in the game of power, free is a chain. When you accept a favor or a gift without paying, you give the other person leverage over you. They now own a piece of your future. The Fluent mind's lesson. In English, we call this being self-funded or self-reliant. It is often wise to pay the full price. There is no substitute for the excellence that comes with a fair exchange. By being generous with your own money and paying your way, you project an image of wealth, independence, and total control. Section 42. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. What happens first always appears better and more original than what comes after. If you succeed a great man or have a famous parent, you will have to accomplish double their achievements to outshine them. The shadow of the past. The general audience naturally compares the new to the old. If you follow a legend, you are playing a losing game unless you change the rules. You will be seen as a copy rather than an original. The Masterclass principle. In English, we call this carving your own path. You must break the mold. Do not try to continue the legacy of your predecessor. Instead, find a new way to establish your own power. Burn the old symbols and create new ones. To be a master, you must be the first of your kind, not the second of theirs. Section 43. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Trouble can often be traced to a single strong individual, the stirrer, the arrogant underling, the poisoner of goodwill. If you allow such people room to operate, others will succumb to their influence. Identifying the source. In any group, the general audience tends to follow a hidden leader or a troublemaker. If you try to argue with every person in the group, you will exhaust yourself. Instead, find the one person who is the core of the problem. The linguistic nuance. We call this targeting the catalyst. By isolating or neutralizing the leader of the opposition, the entire group loses its direction. Do not wait for the trouble to grow, strike at the source and the rest will fall into place without a fight. Power is about efficiency, and efficiency means taking out the shepherd. Section 44. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Coercion creates a reaction that will eventually work against you. You must seduce others into wanting to move in your direction. A person you have seduced becomes your loyal pawn. The power of soft influence. The general audience hates being forced, but they love being inspired. If you use brute force to get what you want, you create secret enemies who will wait for your moment of weakness. But if you win their hearts, they will serve you voluntarily. The Fluent mind strategy. In English, we call this psychological seduction. You must understand the individual's psychology, their fears, their longings, and their pride. By playing on their emotions and making them feel that your goals are their goals, you gain a level of loyalty that no contract or threat can ever secure. Section 45. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. The mirror reflects reality, but it is also the perfect tool for deception. When you mirror your enemies doing exactly as they do, they cannot figure out your strategy. The Hall of Mirrors. By mimicking your opponent, you mock them and disorient them. They see themselves in you, and this creates a blind spot. While they are busy trying to understand why you are acting like them, you are gaining deep insight into their mind and their next moves. The Masterclass tactic. In English, we call this behavioral mimicry. It has a powerful disarming effect. People naturally trust those who seem like them. By mirroring their values and their actions, you lower their guard, making it easy to lead them exactly where you want them to go. Section 46. Law 45. Preach the need for change but never reform too much at once. Everyone understands the need for change in the abstract, but on the day-to-day level, people are creatures of habit. Too much innovation is traumatic and will lead to revolt. The weight of tradition. The general audience is often attached to the past. If you are new to a position of power or an organization, and you try to change everything overnight, you will be seen as a destroyer. This creates a collective fear that turns into active resistance. The Fluent mind strategy. In English, we call this incremental reform. If change is necessary, make it feel like a gentle improvement on the past. Respect the old way of doing things publicly, even while you are privately building the new. By making the new look like a return to ancient values, you disarm the opposition and lead them into the future without a fight. Section 47. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Appearing better than others is always dangerous, but most dangerous of all is to appear to have no faults or weaknesses. Envy creates silent enemies. The danger of envy: only gods and the dead can afford to be perfect. For the rest of us, perfection creates a distance that breeds resentment in the general audience. People want to feel that you are one of them, even if you are their leader. The linguistic nuance. We call this humanizing your persona. It is smart to occasionally admit to a small, harmless vice or a minor mistake. This acts as a pressure valve for envy. By appearing human and slightly flawed, you make yourself approachable and less of a target for those who want to pull you down from your mountain. Section 48. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. The moment of victory is often the moment of greatest peril. In the heat of victory, arrogance and overconfidence can push you past the goal you had aimed for, and by going too far, you make more enemies than you defeat. The trap of hubris. Many people in the general audience don't know when to quit while they are ahead. They get a taste of power and want more, leading them into unnecessary conflicts. A true master knows that the peak is a small space. The Masterclass principle. In English, we call this strategic restraint. Set a goal, and when you reach it, stop. Do not let the momentum of success carry you into dangerous territory. Victory is a time for reflection and consolidation, not for reckless expansion. Control your ambition or it will eventually control you. Section 49. Law 48. Assume formlessness. By taking a shape, by having a visible plan, you expose yourself to attack. Instead of taking a form that your enemy can grasp, keep yourself adaptable and on the move. The ultimate strategy: the world is constantly changing. If you rely on the same old tactics and the same rigid personality, you will eventually be defeated by someone more flexible. The general audience is often fixed in their ways, but the master of power is like water. The Fluent mind's final lesson. In English, we call this adaptability. Water has no permanent shape, yet it can wear away the hardest rock. By being formless, you become invisible to your enemy's strategies. You accept the reality that nothing is certain and no law is fixed. Your only constant is your ability to change with the times. This is the highest level of power, to be everything and nothing at the same time. That we have now reached the end of our journey through the hidden architecture of power, but remember that these laws are not merely tools. They are a mindset that allows you to become the master of your own destiny. Understanding these principles provides you with the clarity needed to navigate the complexities of human nature with confidence and grace. If this masterclass has offered you a new perspective, ensure you support Fluent Minds by subscribing and turning on notifications, so you never miss our deep dives into self-mastery and linguistic excellence. I am truly interested to know which of these laws resonated with you the most, or which one you find the most challenging to apply in your daily life, as I personally read every comment you share. Thank you for your time, your trust, and for being an essential part of this community. Until we meet again in our next exploration, keep your mind sharp and your intentions concealed.